Thank you so much for joining us for this My 25-Hour Day Lunch and Learn. We're going to see how quickly we can get a process down in 15 minutes. One of the greatest challenges right now in regards to what's taking up most of our time is grocery shopping. The first thing you want to do is you want to be clear about what it is you are going to the store to purchase. So there's pre-work that has to take place prior to even going to the store. Going to the store without completing your pre-work is going to cost you more time than if you were to sit down and actually plan it out. And that planning looks like asking yourself the question, what am I going to the store for specifically? Am I going to the store just to get something quick for right now, or is this a whole grocery shopping experience? Because each one of those decisions have a process of their own. It all starts with planning first. Like everything, every process has a drop down. By deciding that you need to go to the store just for something really quick, you want to be clear about what is the thing that you want to make really quick. And you want to check to see what ingredients you currently have at home to make that decision, because it's about making something really quick. By looking at what you have in your inventory, in more cases than not, you will find that you have enough ingredients to not go to the store at all. And that's a winning process, because by planning, you are able to evaluate what it is that you have, and it may not require you actually going anywhere, which saves you whatever amount of time it was going to be for you to actually go to the store in the first place. Having that planning process before you go to the store and evaluating what you have already can save you a ton of time. Say you are clear that there's something that you want, but you don't have the ingredients for. You have to decide what it is that you actually want to go and purchase, and map out where those products are in your mind. That requires you to get to know your local grocery stores, to know inside out the stores that you frequent. And by doing that, you can say, all right, I know I'm going all the way to the back first. I'm taking a clear shot to the back down the middle aisle. I'm grabbing this milk or whatever, and then I'm working my way back down. And then I'm going straight to the cashier. That saves you so much time. By knowing what it is that you want, it cuts down your shopping experience. And so you know exactly where to go by taking the time while you're at the store to get to know what your grocery store entails. How do you get around? How do you maneuver? You know, if you frequent Walmart or Kroger or whatever, they all have a different layout, a different plan. You've gone there enough to know what it looks like. Just pay more attention and you'll be able to get through that quicker. Now you've gone to the store to get something quick, and that was a process. Now let's talk about actual grocery shopping and how you can save time there. When you are going to go for full-blown grocery shopping, you need to apply the same techniques as process number one, which is to take inventory. You always want to start from the inventory that you already have. Gone are the days where you keep bags of rice and you have cans of beans, and you have all of these things that are just sitting in your pantry. What you've done is you have wasted yesterday money. Why not utilize that yesterday money? By going through your pantry, you're able to see, oh, okay, well, since I have these noodles and I have this sauce, then the only thing I will need to do is go and get this meat. And that saved you money and time, because you realize you didn't need to shop for that much. So utilize what you already have by taking inventory. So you've taken inventory of what you have. You decided what it is that you are going to the store for. So you utilize process number 2 that you've already developed, which is, you know, your store, you know exactly where everything is located. And so you want to group your items together to ensure that you're not going up and down the aisle and in and out and around, and really mapping out what that process is going to look like so that it saves you time getting that mission completed. The most important part of a process is that anything that is repeatable is sustainable. And so because you already have this process in place of evaluating what your inventory is, then you are able to take that throughout every step, whether it's you just want to get something quick or you're doing full-time grocery shopping. And because you've already utilized the process of understanding what your grocery store, where you're shopping, what it looks like, and mapping that out and having a plan when you go in there, you're able to utilize these skills and these processes when you're going for full-blown shopping. And so that is a complete process. You've learned 3 different approaches in 8 minutes on how to cut down time and save you money just for the process of grocery shopping. Another process that is a challenge for a lot of people is getting out of the house in the morning because you have so many things to do. You need a process for your morning. How do you create a process for your morning? By evaluating and taking inventory of your day, either the day before, the night before, or first thing in the morning. When you're starting out, you don't want to start in the morning because that's what you're trying to master. So you want to start your day before your day is started by taking inventory of what your day consists of, because every day is different and it's going to require you to adjust, because every time something changes. But because you have a process, which we're going to build out right now, you're able to have the structure in place. Everything else you can move around. By taking inventory, you can now evaluate your day and map out what would be the best course of action for you. When it comes to time and creating a 25-hour day, it's about knowing what your day is going to consist of. And so by knowing that, you can group together what you're going to do. There are just some things that have to be done at a certain time. Things open at a certain time and they close at a certain time. You have to pick up and drop off at certain times, and you have to get to work, leave work at certain times. When you're in the process of creating your day, you want to start with those staple events, because that's what you're going to be working everything else around. And that will save you a lot of time in the planning and evaluation of your day than it is to try to maneuver it while you're going through the day. It's harder to make decisions that work for you and not against you when you're in the moment. And that's the beauty of having a structure process for what you do, knowing where this is, what has to be done at a certain time, and navigating everything else around those things, because every day is different. Putting those staple events and activities in place, you already have a framework for what absolutely has to get done today. You have to now say, okay, well, what do I do after I leave this first event? And what do I do after I leave this event? And you want it to be like a nice manufacturing plant where everything is just being processed properly. It doesn't make sense to go there and then come back here. That sucks your time. Because you created the process for your day the day before, then you wake up in the morning and you are able to move around. Do I wake up and stretch first, or do I move that after breakfast? What do I absolutely need to do in the morning for me to make sure that I have the fuel that I need to be as efficient as I need for the day? And that's the most important thing. By having a preview of your day and doing that by planning and taking inventory so you can evaluate, it will help you get out of the house so much faster with more efficiency throughout your day. That's how you create your 25-hour day.
My 25-hour day.